Hey y'all! So this morning I was in session with a client, and during it I channeled a message around a practice that she could do to help her to really effectively release toxic energy, as well as center and ground herself and align herself with her own homeostatic energy, her resting energy, so that she could continue along on her purpose and be empowered to do the work that she is here to do. And that practice was so interesting and so simple, and actually made me think of my own experience with that practice. And I've just been reflecting on that and thought I would share with you guys in the hopes that anyone watching might also be similarly inspired by it. So the practice is a fire practice, a burning practice, where you could take a pen and paper and write down, essentially do a brain dump of all of the things that you perceive as holding you back or causing toxicity in your life, or things that you're angry about or irritated by. And then you would just take that paper and start a small fire in a safe place and chuck that paper into the fire and let it burn and let it be purified by the fire energy. And that would in turn release that energy from your auric field and help you to feel more grounded and centered within yourself and more free within yourself. And the other half of that, or the other suggestion that I channeled through during the session this morning, was that you could take a pen and paper and do that work, like write everything down, or you could take an object and charge that object with all of the energies that you're wishing to release, and then throw that object in the fire. So I used my cards as just an example because they were handy. So I would take my deck of cards, or I would take some object that to me could be symbolic of the energies I wanted to extinguish or let go of. And I would just hold it in the palms of my hands, and I would just visualize all of the energy, all of the discomfort, all of the anger, all of the irritation, all of the grief, the sadness, the shame, the guilt, and channel that through, just visualize channeling that energy through the palms of my hand, and as though it was entering into the inanimate object that I'm holding. And then once I really felt within my body, or perceived with my third eye, that the energy had transferred from myself and my auric field into the object, then I could take that object and throw it into the fire and let that bitch burn. So if that interests you, I would encourage you to try it. And in session, it was actually encouraged that that could be something that my client could do instead of the more traditional grounding practices that you would hear about, like earthing or visualizing, your energy moving through your root chakra and into the center of the earth. Sometimes those techniques don't work. For some people, those techniques just don't do it. But I feel like this fire technique is so powerful and really represents like a spiritual fire, like a cleansing fire. And then even just as I'm thinking of it now, it's like it's transforming that energy. It's transmuting it into something else, right? It's taking all of that negativity and literally transforming it into something else. It's such a beautiful practice. I don't know. I thought I would share it. It actually made me think of how a couple of years ago, well, it would have been 3 years ago now. No, actually, no. It would have been 2019, Christmas 2019, just before COVID. I was at the Spiritualist Church, And we did a burning bowl ceremony where we each wrote down on a piece of paper something we wished to release with the passing of that year in order to embrace the new energy of the new year. And I remember specifically writing down that I was letting go of anything that was holding me back from my true potential, my true purpose. And it is just amazing to think that since that, doing that small ritual and writing down, being specific about letting go of anything that was limiting my potential, I have transformed so much in my personal life, in my professional life. So much has shifted. And while it hasn't always been easy, all of it, everything that's happened, I could definitely qualify as being a purging process, a letting go process. So I know from experience, direct firsthand experience, that practicing this burning ceremony, this burning practice really works. It really, really works. So I hope that helps someone out there. Try it. You might like it. Make sure that whatever you're doing, however you're burning, make sure it's in a safe place. Right? Don't be irresponsible. You don't want to actually like burn down your house, right? You just want to burn down that limiting belief or that energy of being held back, or the energy of guilt, shame, grief, fear, disillusionment, unclarity, confusion, pain, abandonment. I mean, the list can go on. Anything that you're feeling is making you heavy, is clouding your ability to really enjoy your life. Write it down or charge an object with it, and then chuck it in the fire. Let it go. Bing, bang, boom. Let me know how that goes for you guys. I'd be really interested to hear if you've done this and how it's worked for you, or if you go out and try it, let me know how it works for you.